Most engineers would condemn this vehicle as scrap metal. But what you are about to see is not a simple repair. It is a complete ground-up restoration and act of automotive archaeology. From a forgotten wreck in the woods to a fully customized machine, every single component will be revived or replaced. This is the art of resurrection. The project begins with an initial feasibility assessment. She must diagnose the core issues before committing to the full restoration. Phase 1: Extraction. A light utility vehicle is brought in to recover the asset. With the vehicle secured, she transports essential tools to the site. The first step in any electrical diagnosis: providing a known good power source. She immediately begins a systematic inspection of the engine bay, checking for damage and decay. The interior wiring harness is inspected. Years of neglect can cause critical failures. She meticulously traces each circuit, looking for shorts or breaks. A brief pause to survey the monumental task ahead. The body damage is extensive. She tests the interior controls, assessing the state of the cabin's electronic subsystems. The decontamination process begins, removing years of accumulated grime. A final check of the engine's primary components before the first start attempt. The electrical system is given one last inspection. The moment of truth. If the engine turns over, the project is viable. Success, the powertrain lives. The restoration can officially begin. With proof of concept, the real work starts. Phase 2: Complete teardown. She begins disassembling the vehicle down to its bare chassis. Every component from the engine to the body panels must be removed. This allows for a thorough inspection of the unibody's structural integrity. She sources critical supplies like coolant for the next stage of engine work. The front bumper assembly and fenders are carefully unbolted and removed. The cooling system, including the radiator and fan, is the next major component to be extracted. This is a delicate operation. The radiator core is easily damaged. The removed components are cataloged for restoration or replacement. The spark plugs are removed. Their condition provides valuable data about the engine's health. She continues to systematically disconnect the main wiring harness from the engine block. A voltage meter is used to test the battery's health and the alternator's charging capacity. With the engine teardown progressing, she turns her attention back to the chassis. Every bolt is meticulously loosened and removed. The radiator is refilled. This is likely a temporary setup to test for leaks before final assembly. A final check of all connections. Organization is key during a complex teardown. She torques down the engine head bolts to the manufacturer's specification. The engine bay is cleaned to prepare it for the bodywork phase. The final systems are checked before the engine is fully removed. This is the last time the engine will run before its own complete overhaul. The engine startup is successful, confirming the core components are sound. With the engine confirmed as viable, the vehicle is moved to the main workshop. The teardown continues with the removal of the wheels and suspension components. The vehicle is now secured in the workshop, ready for the most labor-intensive phase. Using the utility vehicle, she carefully maneuvers the chassis into position. The bare chassis awaits the next stage: deep cleaning and body preparation. The workshop is prepped for the messy work ahead. A professional and well-organized workspace is essential for a project of this scale. The chassis is positioned, ready for decontamination. She brings in a fresh power source for the next phase. Phase 3, decontamination. A pressure washer is used to strip decades of grime. This aggressive cleaning is critical to reveal the true state of the metal underneath. Every square inch of the chassis must be stripped bare. The high-pressure water jet removes loose paint, rust, and contaminants. The transformation is already beginning to show. The interior teardown continues. The trunk lining and carpets are removed. Next, the seats are unbolted and removed from the cabin. The interior is now completely stripped down to the bare metal floor pan. This allows her to inspect for rust and damage hidden beneath the carpet. The floor pan is scraped and prepped for deep cleaning. The interior teardown is methodical, ensuring no part is overlooked. She removes the main carpet, a difficult and dirty job. The center console and gear selector housing are next to be removed. The original sound deadening material is scraped off the floor pan. The vehicle is now a bare shell, a blank canvas for the restoration. A shop vacuum is used to remove all loose debris from the interior. This is a critical step before applying any rust treatment or primer. The stripped chassis is now fully prepped for bodywork. She continues removing the last remnants of the interior trim. Every component is subjected to the same deep cleaning process. The car is now cleaner than it has been in decades. She continues cleaning the interior with a chemical degreaser. The chassis is ready for the next phase, rust removal and metal preparation. This meticulous preparation is the foundation for a quality paint job. Every surface, inside and out, is treated. This level of detail separates a simple repair from a true restoration. The bare shell stands ready for its transformation. Even the engine bay receives a final thorough cleaning. The vehicle is almost unrecognizable from the wreck recovered from the woods. The final step before bodywork, a chemical rinse to ensure a perfectly clean surface. With the chassis prepped, she turns her attention to the removed components. Every piece of the interior is rigorously cleaned and decontaminated. The carpets are pressure washed to remove embedded dirt and stains. The original fabric is being salvaged and restored. The leather seats are treated with a heavy-duty degreaser and cleaning foam. She meticulously scrubs every seam and surface. The transformation of the seats alone is remarkable. A thick layer of cleaning foam is applied to break down years of grime. She rinses the cleaning chemicals from the restored parts. The fenders and other small body parts are also pressure washed. No component is left untouched in this comprehensive restoration. The entire vehicle and its parts are now clinically clean. The interior floor mats are scrubbed by hand. The level of effort dedicated to cleaning is astounding. Every groove and texture is meticulously cleaned. A final rinse removes all cleaning agents, leaving the parts ready for drying and reassembly. With all components clean, they're organized and laid out to dry. The restored interior pieces look almost new. She carefully places the restored seats in a clean area. The restoration moves into the finishing phase. A heat gun is used to cure sealant or adhesive being applied to the interior. This ensures a strong, permanent bond. She gathers the interior plastic trim pieces, which are faded and scratched. These pieces will be refinished to match the restored interior. Using a satin black spray paint, she carefully refinishes each piece. This attention to detail will give the final interior a factory-fresh look. Thin, even coats are applied to prevent runs and ensure a durable finish. Every single piece of interior trim is given the same treatment. Now for the bodywork. An angle grinder with a wire wheel strips rust and old paint. The metal must be taken down to a clean, bare surface. She meticulously works on the interior floor pan, removing surface rust. This is a dirty, demanding job, but essential for a lasting repair. She continues stripping the exterior, preparing it for body filler and primer. The entire car body is taken down to bare metal. With the metal prepped, she applies a rust-inhibiting primer to the entire body shell. This primer layer seals the bare metal and provides a base for the new paint. She ensures complete coverage even in the most difficult-to-reach areas. The entire unibody, inside and out, is now protected and ready for the next step. Phase 4. Body repair. She begins applying polyester body filler. This filler will be used to smooth out dents and imperfections in the body panels. It is skillfully applied and shaped while still pliable. This process is more art than science, requiring a steady hand and a good eye. The entire car is given a final survey before the major body repairs begin. She moves the car to a more accessible location for bodywork. The work area is prepped for the dusty process of sanding body filler. She continues applying filler to the damaged front fender area. The severely damaged front end requires significant reconstruction. She custom mixes the body filler with hardener to achieve the correct curing time. The filler is applied in thin layers to build up the damaged area. Once hardened, the filler is sanded down to match the original body contours. This is a painstaking process of applying and sanding, repeated until the surface is perfect. She uses a sanding block to ensure a flat, even surface. The skill is in knowing how much filler to apply and how to shape it correctly. She continues this process over the entire body of the car. Even the roof receives the same meticulous treatment to remove any minor imperfections. The damaged rear quarter panel is carefully repaired. After hours of work, the body is perfectly smooth and ready for paint. For the final touch, she custom mixes her own paint color. Phase 5. Painting. She begins by masking off all non-painted surfaces. A compressor is connected to the spray gun. Using a power sander, she gives the car one final scuffing for optimal paint adhesion. The entire vehicle is meticulously sanded to create a uniform surface. This final sanding is critical for a glass smooth finish. The sanding continues until the entire car has a dull, matte appearance. She carefully sands by hand in the more delicate areas. The bodywork and preparation phase is now complete. The engine bay is given a final cleaning before painting. She begins disassembling components in the engine bay to ensure complete paint coverage. She wipes the entire surface with a tack cloth to remove any dust. The window frames and trim are painstakingly masked with tape and paper. This masking process is tedious but absolutely essential. Every piece of glass and trim must be perfectly protected. The beautiful flowers offer a moment of contrast to the industrial nature of the garage. She mixes the custom-formulated pink paint, preparing it for the spray gun. Using a high-volume, low-pressure HVLP spray gun, she begins to apply the top coat. The transformation is immediate and dramatic. She applies the paint in smooth, overlapping passes. This technique ensures an even, professional quality finish. She starts with the door jambs and other hard-to-reach areas. The new color completely reinvents the car's personality. The rear of the vehicle receives its first coat of pink paint. The evenness of the coat is a testament to her skill with the spray gun. The roof is painted, turning the once yellow wreck into a uniform pink canvas. The final sections of the body receive their color coat. The main body painting is complete. With the paint still fresh, she carefully removes the masking paper. This demasking reveals the clean, crisp lines of the new paint job. The previously removed body panels are now brought out for painting. The bumpers and fenders receive the same high-quality paint finish. The paint is mixed one last time for the final components. The painted components are laid out, ready for reassembly. She inspects the quality of the finish on the front bumper. The new white fenders provide a beautiful contrast to the pink body. Phase 6, Reassembly. The car is carefully put back together. The fully restored vehicle is now ready for the final engine and interior work. A final inspection of her work before the last phase. The project is nearing its stunning conclusion. Back in the workshop, she begins reconnecting the engine systems. Each component is carefully reinstalled into the freshly painted engine bay. Final fluids are added and the engine is prepped for its first start in the restored chassis. The front end is reassembled, starting with the new headlight assemblies. She transports more components, preparing for the final assembly push. She leaves the workshop, the restored car gleaming in the background. The rear bumper and taillight assemblies are meticulously installed. She uses a power drill to secure the new taillight housings. The lights are wired in and tested, bringing the car's electrical system back to life. The interior reassembly begins with a final cleaning of the floor pan. The refurbished carpets and trim are carefully reinstalled. She meticulously cleans every surface before reinstallation. The dashboard and steering wheel are detailed and clean. The interior, once derelict, now looks pristine. The interior reassembly continues with the installation of the lower trim panels. She carefully reinstalls the main dashboard components. The interior is almost completely reassembled. The final lower dash panels are snapped into place. The seats, painstakingly restored, are the last major interior component. She carefully maneuvers the rear seats back into position. The door panels are reattached, completing the interior restoration. The final interior pieces are installed. She inspects her work, ensuring every part fits perfectly. The restored car is a stunning sight. She begins restoring the wheels, using a power sander to remove old paint. Each wheel is sanded down to bare metal for a perfect finish. The meticulous sanding ensures the new paint will adhere properly. With the prep work done, the wheels are painted a sleek satin black. The black wheels will provide a striking contrast to the pink body. The car is now mechanically and cosmetically complete. Phase 7, Final Detailing. The car gets its first wash. The new paint is carefully washed to remove any dust from the workshop. A foam cannon is used to apply a thick layer of soap. The wheels and tires are scrubbed clean. She carefully washes the body panels by hand. The rear of the car is cleaned with the same attention to detail. A pressure washer rinses the soap away, revealing the deep gloss of the new paint. The entire vehicle is thoroughly rinsed. She hand dries the car with a microfiber towel to prevent water spots. The final step in the restoration is personalization. She begins applying custom Hello Kitty vinyl decals. A plastic squeegee is used to ensure a bubble-free application. This is the artist's signature, making the car truly one of a kind. The application of vinyl requires a steady hand and a great deal of patience. She continues to add decals, creating a unique and playful theme. The placement of each decal is carefully considered. The custom graphics are applied to the side panels. The squeegee removes any air trapped beneath the vinyl. The car is no longer just a restored vehicle. It's a piece of rolling art. She carefully removes the application tape, revealing the finished graphic. The completed project parked proudly in front of the workshop. The large side decal is the centerpiece of the custom design. The application of this large graphic is the most challenging part of the process. The car is now a complete expression of her skill and creativity. Final, smaller decals are added to complete the theme. The rear quarter panel receives its custom graphic. The final details are applied, completing the vision. She stands back to admire her creation, a symbol of her incredible talent. From a forgotten wreck to a personalized masterpiece, the resurrection is complete. A very special thank you to the owner of the YouTube channel Girl Mechanical for creating this wonderful video and allowing me to comment. If you enjoyed this narrative, please visit and support their channel at the link in the description below.